It's not unusual to hear someone say that they want to travel abroad, and doing so gives a fresh perspective beyond social media and textbooks on what life is really like in foreign countries. And who knows, you may love it so much that you want to move there. Earlier, Paige sat down with local travel agent Carr to learn what you need to consider before taking that leap.
I think that this is so interesting that we're seeing more and more people moving abroad, and you help people travel all around the world. I can see that traveling is that is certainly appealing, but why are you seeing the people taking the leap, deciding to move abroad? What is the appeal for that?
You know, a lot of times there's a cheaper cost of living. It's a change of scenery, change of venue, if you will, and it could be something that people have wanted to do for their entire lives. Everybody wants to live in a foreign country for a little while. Everybody wants to have that experience. And so, you know, a lot of more and more people are taking the leap now.
Well, you know, I've heard that Italy, for example, for a period of time, I don't know if they're still doing it, really encouraged people that had any Italian blood to come back and live. And there were lots of benefits to families going back there, for example, going back to the homeland, if you will.
That's right. There are a lot of different countries that have really great expat programs, like Portugal is one of them. Mexico also. South Korea actually has a wonderful expat program. So if you're considering moving abroad, you might start there.
And yeah, because there could be some incentives as well.
Right.
All right, let's talk about 4 important steps you say that we need to consider when choosing your country. What is the first?
Well, it sounds obvious, but it's more than just liking the weather or the food. You need to really think about things like, what is the visa process like? Do I need a job offer to work there? Do I need to, what's the cost of living? Do I speak the language, or am I willing to learn the language? You know, those are all really important factors to consider when you're making a big leap like that.
Yeah, and you definitely need to have your ducks in a row.
That's right.
Before you it can't be something necessarily spontaneous.
Right.
You've got to really work at it.
That's
all
right.
right. Next, you say that it's important to kind of get your documents in order.
That's right.
Expand upon that.
You need to have a valid passport. Typically, you got to have a visa or a residency permit. You've got to have proof of income or employment, health insurance, your birth certificate, background checks, maybe even school records. You've got to gather all these documents together before you go down the road of doing applications. You need to be sure that you've got all that stuff together.
Well, and I imagine each country is different.
Each country is different.
So you need to make sure that whatever country you're going to, that you have got the appropriate documents.
That's right. And you might consider working with a company. There's a company called International Citizens Group that specializes in this, that specializes in helping people relocate and being sure that they have all those documents and things together.
Another thing you suggest is to plan your finances.
That's right. Plan your finances. Very important. Moving abroad is very expensive, so make yourself a budget, add things to it like, what is the rent? What are the flights going to be? What are the visa fees? Things like that all add up and can get expensive very quick. You also need to open an international friendly bank account. You need to make sure that your credit cards will work abroad and avoid the foreign transaction fees if possible. And don't forget, you got to file your taxes. U.S. citizens living abroad still have to file taxes with the IRS. They'll find you wherever you are.
It's not a tax shelter,
That's
people.
right.
You
That's
definitely
right.
have to still do those taxes.
Yeah.
All right, so then the last thing you say, which I love, you say just do it.
Do it.
Have you ever done it?
I haven't done it, no,
Okay.
but I'd like to.
Oh, really?
At some point. At
All
some
right,
point
well,
way
let's
in the
talk
future.
about the just do it one.
That's right. So if you're sure about this, you got to make sure that you're really sure. Jump in with both feet, okay? This is an all or nothing gamble. So really, really give her, okay? And expect that you're going to have some challenges. Expect culture shock, problems to arise, things like that. And just be patient. Be really open to this experience. Give yourself time once you get there to develop a community, learn the language, explore a little bit. It's all about being patient. And when you get there, you need to give yourself time. Don't forget to make time also back home to say goodbye to your friends and family, but let them know that they got a couch to sleep on in a foreign country.
Another thing that you encourage people to do is to make sure that the exchange rates are favorable.
That's
to
right.
really consider that, because some countries have good exchange rates, others do not. That's something that needs to be a part of the decision decision-making process.
That's true. That's true. If you've got, if you're working with U.S. dollars, you can stretch them very far in different.
What country would you want to move to?
I would probably want to move to Portugal, honestly.
Really?
I really love Portugal. It's just an incredible place with a wonderful lifestyle. You know, they have that sort of siesta.
They still have
Spanish
siestas.
That's
All right.
right.
So where can people find you?
You can find me online at SharonCarrTravel.com. You can also find me on Instagram at GlobeTrekPro.
Thanks so much, Casey.
Thanks,
I appreciate
Paige.
it.